All right, you beautiful people, wherever you're watching from around the world, I hope you're okay today. So today we're going to climb straight into this market update as this price has now broken the 2/1 on the week cycle, which is telling me that there's something going on over here. Okay, so before we get into this, it's best for us to look at the month cycle as it gives us a more of an overview, airstrike approach to what the price wants to do. And of course, we go to the week cycle to place our trades and make our decisions when to buy and sell. So let's go over to the structure of the market over here at the month cycle. We've been saying that there's going to be one of two occurrences that happen, right? So we're either going to have a downtrend continue because of this lower low being lower than that high. Let's expand this out so I can talk to it a bit better. So this this high was lower than that, so it's a lower high, and this low was lower than that, so it's a lower low. So lower high, lower low, once again lower low. So strictly speaking, we are in a downtrend over here until further notice. So this is the reason why I've brought up two probabilities here. Okay, I said a forecast for the ninth turning point if it's in a downtrend, and then a forecast for the ninth turning point if it's in an uptrend. As I've been saying in the recent videos, price would need to break this previous high, and it's only got that amount of time to do so, which is obviously closing in more and more. Now, if we have a look at the oscillator above, it's not typically showing that the price is giving us a positive on the scales over here. It looks to me as if it's actually going to break through this 50 line, this midway line rather. So all of the above in consideration, I think it's probably best if we take away the chance of it going as a high high, aka creating an uptrend, and let's have a look at it, what it will look like in a downtrend. So that goes away and that comes into play. So this is what we are seeing right now with the wick that came through last night included. It was almost like the foundation of the next low and had to happen somewhere, so then it climbed in over there. So obviously by now, if you've been following the videos and keeping up with the show, you can see here that price is breaking out of this kill zone and looking to test this 2/1 line. So I'm going to take away the 4/1 line, 1/4 line rather, just to kind of put it out the way. Oh, now it feels a little bit too naked for my liking, so put some pants back on there. Oh, and then it goes down as such. Okay, so let's try that again. You can do it, third time lucky, 3, 2, 1, boom. So we're getting tested here against this 1/2 line, and what I'm saying is that there's a potentiality that price will come down here. Now, with market structure, you need to have a lower low for it to be a downtrend, right? Trend continuation. So that means price will form somewhere below that region over here, and as you can tell, it's already past this point over here. So it means that it's got about that much space for it to drop into. Now, with this structure, it does allow a bit more space because turning point 10 can form in the next cycle. It's the one turning point that has special permissions, but the special spacing that turning point 10 gets isn't the same amount of luxury that turning point 9 gets. So we're not going to see turning point 9 form in the next cycle, which means that the turning point 10, aka the hint that we're going into a downtrend move, is more likely than us going up. All right, so we still, even though it was pretty tight, we still have a lower high. Whilst I'm saying that, I'm just looking at this big run over here and how confusing it must have been for many. So we have this lower high, and then the market structure and the rest of the MTOPS methodology. MTOPS is the program that I operate from, the program I teach, says that we're going to go down into this region over there. So yeah, I want to leave this up for now as our downtrend probability. It's still early days because once again, we're inside the kill zone, and the kill zone takes time for everyone to decide what they want to do. Now, to take it back a little notch there, although I speak about astrophysics and numerology and laws of the universe, which I know sounds like a broad brush term, but I don't want to get into every single one with you guys, serendipity, reciprocity, all that kind of stuff, because yeah. Anyway, so that is the governing part of our strategy, of course, But we also obviously realize humans are buying and selling, okay? And humans operate in a certain style of business in each market. So in the Bitcoin market, the Bitcoin humans have a certain ebb and flow about them. There's a mass consciousness that bring those guys together. And there's like a common denominator, like we're trading Bitcoin, right? So there's a common denominator that we're all trading Bitcoin at least, and then everything else builds out from there. So with that said, that's how we get our cycles. We average the human behavior on a cycle basis, and then we understand what the energetic resonance with regards to the recent energy expended will get us towards to the next goal. So let me just dial it right down. I'm trying to keep things simple. It is a little bit more complex than it seems to be, but the simplicity is there when you dial it down and boil it into something that's digestible for everyone. So what I'm saying is that humans are making the purchases inside here. They're buying and selling, okay? So from this aspect, we know that there is a certain behavior that the human community kind of uses when getting into trades. And this is quite backed up into the math-back system of 10 derivatives. Okay, so everything I'm about to say does get covered in my mentorship program. So as I climb into it, I realize if I mention one thing, I've got to mention the next thing, and that builds onto the next thing. And I'd rather have it in a step-by-step video tutorial structured environment where you can pause it, digest it, and move on to the next, rather than me just blurb the stuff over to you and you think I'm just using buzzwords or something crazy. So back to where we're at. The market update right now says that the price shall come into this region should it be a downtrend. Okay, now conveying this across to our current decision making, very similar to the structure of the higher cycle, there are certain obligations that the weak cycle needs to adhere to. Okay, so we're outside of the kill zone here. You can see the resistance and supports along the fan lines and the arcs. It's come down to a very dangerous lower line. So if I put over here the early warning sign, and my guys will be able to talk to this if you come through the community, and of course it's all on the video tutorials. So this early warning sign says if there is a continuation past this segment, or past that line in particular, in fact, then we're going to have an early turning point and a drop to the lower sides. Alrighty, so I'll just remember my point as to why I brought in the human consciousness and the emotions and that kind of thing in accordance to the universal laws, is that I, for one, am getting pretty frustrated with this market. Like, I'm ready to go now. I want to get that order in. I want to get some profits in. I want to get some score up on the board. I'm tired of waiting around, and it's time. It's go time. Okay, so by analyzing my own emotions, I'm a human. I'm a trader. I trade Bitcoin. I'm a part of a pool that are humans who are traders who trade Bitcoin. So by analyzing your own emotions, there is a certain connection to the group as a whole that resonates. And for me right now, I'm feeling frustrated and impatient. So what does that mean in terms of nearby price action? That means that many other traders are feeling impatient as well, and they really want to get this going. So as soon as things start to fire off, they're going to get into those orders. Okay, so we're just in this kill zone over here on the airstrike view, and on the battleground we're getting a little bit of testing to the downside, because I think guys are getting impatient. They don't want to wait for this next low high to form over there. They could be quite satisfied with it forming over here, and they're getting those short positions ready to rock so they can ride this nice drop that generally happens around the segment over here down into that region. So let me just highlight this just so in the future we can see the study of mass consciousness in price action unravel in front of our eyes. Have I missed out on anything on today's market update? I think it pretty much covers it. If it doesn't break down this side, if there is a bit of patience still amongst the trading community, then I recommend that, or I foresee price obligating our time turning points, which would be within this region. The only reason why I've made this bigger than usual is because the potentiality of turning could be there or there. So I'll keep up to date with my community just to let them know which one it is as we get a bit more confirmation along this price line over here. So I'm going to leave that here for now. and revisit this tomorrow. Just by the way, guys, if you're keeping up with the progress, this chart over here said that price was going to go from there into this region. I made this a little bit tighter. If I made it a little bit bigger, I would have told a better story. But from back here into here, and I post this up on the 27th of April. Today's the 29th of April, and just to kind of show you exactly what had happened. Well, you can use your imagination. That's where it was, and then it got to over there. So that's where it was, and then it got to over there. Again, I could have been a bit more forgiving here, but I mean, please show me anyone else on the internet that can get these kind of results. We're calling us days ahead of time, 2 days ahead of time. So if you like these kind of results for yourself, feel free to replicate them. I much prefer for you to be in control of your decision making and control of your own capital than putting it into a paid indicator or a paid strategy where you just leave it up to hope and see what comes back. Like, even if you don't have the time, if you have a profession that pulls your time from you, or you're a parent who needs to stay away from the laptop because you got other things to do, and you just want to put your money in a strategy that does the actions for you, then I still recommend that you get involved with understanding what we understand, because you'll be able to verify and back up and qualify whatever strategy that you're leaving your money up to obviously earn you profits, because some of them are absolutely ludicrous, and you have to know the truth behind the market, which is what I feel we've got here, to ascertain the strength and knowledge to verify, qualify, and ensure that what you're about to put your money into makes sense and it will work out. Rather than you're waiting 3 months to see a return, and it's a 50-50 risk reward. You get some wins, you get some losses. The owner of it's making up excuses and reasons why it's not performing and all this kind of stuff. Like curve the crap. Most of you have been in here since 2017. You've seen it. You've been scammed. You've gone into ICOs. You've lost a lot of money and all that kind of stuff. And you're just wanting something that works. I'm telling you right now, I've manufactured this for the last 4 years. This works. It works because it's my life. Like, I went out, I quit my jobs, I sold my small businesses, and I said, all right, I want to travel the world. My girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife, said, yeah, I would love to do the same thing. So for the last 4 years, I've had to make this work, which means that I've had to pull the crap out and take away what doesn't work. And that's why I'm so passionate to say that guys who get lazy and just look at the chart and hope that the RSI can make them money I know, I've been that person. I know that it doesn't work. I know all of the stuff that doesn't work, and I've been dogged about it and obsessed about making it work, because I've wanted this to work. I've made it work, and I understand what works, and that's what we've got here. That's what we've pulled together in this strategy, and that's that is changing lives around the world, quite frankly. So if you want this for yourself, like find the confidence inside yourself to invest inside yourself, because that's ultimately what it is. Like, do you love yourself? Okay, I don't want to use manipulation. I don't know how else to say it, but like, do you love yourself enough to give your portfolio, your future, your life, your time, the best foot forward? Because if that's the case, we've got the strategy and we've got the know-how. We've broken our backs over this market to make sure we get the best. We've got the best now, and when you're ready for it, it's there. But I'm just saying, like, rather be in the know, rather be in control. Like we had, look how beautiful this is. And I'm just rambling on now because I've finished the market update, so jump off if you need to go do something else. But we got the airstrike and we got the battlefield as one. I mean, what a vantage point. There's no running blind into, oh my gosh, what's happening? Why is it moving? Why is it going in the opposite direction? Why is it not abiding by the laws and that kind of stuff? Because this crazy shape that we see here on the battlefield is then explained vividly in real time from the airstrike. So imagine going to battle with your soldiers and your drones moving together as one. This is what we have here. Are we operating in a place of control, in a place of understanding, a place of patience? You know that, guys. If you've been tuning in here and you've been like, yeah, okay, I want to get in now, and I said, don't do it. I want to get in now. I said, don't do it. And you didn't do it, you've protected your capital. I'm saying we're getting closer and closer, by the way, to doing it. So get excited. I can already see those candles kind of breaking through that kill zone. I'm warming up my hands here to get into this position because I want that profit. But we've stuck back and it's been tough, and we've been sitting day after day, waiting. When's it ripe for profit? When is it ripe? When is it responsible? And as it's getting closer to that, and I can see that price trying, come boy, breakthrough, my boy, breakthrough. Come on, come. I would love to see my numbers expand on you. Okay. Anyway, so if you've been doing that, practicing control, you're practicing protection of accounts. So you got the long game in mind. There's a risk reward that we work with that's backed up by a probability theorem. I can get into that at some stage, and invest in yourself. If you want better for yourself, take the next action steps and make sure that you've got it all lined up so that you have your best foot forward when analyzing other indicators, other strategies, other people, the news and crap that goes along your phone on Twitter, Reddit, Medium, YouTube, all that free information with the guys who are using clickbait and whatever marketing techniques they try to use to get monthly subscriptions from you and all that kind of stuff. Forget about it. Oh, come price. Break that kill zone, please, son. Oh, man. All right, cool. I'm going to get my positions ready for this. I think I'm going to climb in and make myself some profit. I can see it breaking down here underneath the 4/1 line. Delicious. About to break down below 4 as well, which means 5 is in. And the impatient are about to short this whilst I ride the back of that and run into some deep profits. So, guys, awesome hanging out. As always, make contact, connect. Don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. Don't think like there's not going to be like cool conversations and connections and community. Like, guys, my community is insanely amazing. I've got guys who are awakening, and there's this whole heartfelt. We've got a spiritual group, guys. We've got a spiritual group that we focus on meditation. Where's my spirituals? 31 of us. Speaking about uplifting environments, the meditation, sound frequency, sound healings, how to focus and intent, the macabre light body. This is insane. If you guys don't know about that yet, that's a mind blow in itself. We're going through a time of awakening. If you don't know what that means yet, look into it. Shut off your ears, shut off your eyes, get into your breathing, get into your pineal gland. That's like your cosmic cell phone. Get into your heart space. Feel that energetic resonance of the relationship of life around you. And start designing your life like energetically, and the rest kind of just follows through. I've traveled the world. I've got a beautiful son. I've got another son on the way. You guys are the first to hear about that, by the way. So, and I'm the best wife I could ever have imagined, and I live an amazing life. Yesterday we were at the marina with yachts. There was a $4.2 billion yacht right there in front of us. Sushi and pizza, like they've taken sushi, flattened it, put it into like this pizza vibe, and then made it into like the sushi dish, and we had the freshest catch of the day, and it was like, oh, it was just such beautiful environments for that. And then we went to this infinity pool that overlooked the marina, and my son had an absolute blast. He's exhausted today because we swam and had fun, and we met new friends. I've got this guy who I'm going to be importing BTMs, which is like an ATM but with Bitcoin, and we're going to start putting that around the country. Like, he knows guys in the right places, so that conversation, like, I'm okay, like I'm living life well, and that's because I'm creating life of my design. And whilst other guys are in the fear of the pandemic and losing jobs and losing their mind, like, I shut off the news. I don't have Facebook. I don't even have a cell phone, to be honest with you. It broke the motherboard. There was this energy surge and the motherboard fried up. I haven't replaced it. I don't need that kind of thing because life is just so much more entertaining when you get into an understanding of this whole energy environment and that kind of stuff. So that's a bit of this, a bit of that, and a bit of a market update. I'm going to go load my positions up. Have a great day further, guys, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Ciao for now.